I want to take some time to talk about Liverpool because what they've been doing this season has been just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, seriously, it all started off with a 4-0 win against Norwich in the first game of the Premier League season, and since then, they haven't been stopped. This team is incredible. This team has been playing absolutely incredible. I mean, they haven't lost it at home in like 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. That It's crazy. It is insane. How can this team not lose a game at home? And they've won every single Premier League game this season except for one. They tied against Manchester United on October 20th. They tied 1-1. Adam Lallana was the one that scored the late equalizer. And they actually faced Manchester United this weekend. A Manchester United that was weakened because Marcus Rashford has a injury in his back, so he's going to be out for a while. And Marcus Rashford is really the most important thing, the biggest threat that Manchester United has. So they faced the best team, arguably in the world, without their biggest threat. What did you guys think was going to happen? Well, exactly what happened. I mean, Liverpool had this game controlled from the start. Manchester United was not able to respond in any way, shape, or form. Liverpool just dominated. They dominated from the first whistle to the last. It was incredible, absurd that this game was 1-0 with 90 minutes played. I couldn't believe it. How can Liverpool only score one goal? They dominated in every aspect of the game. United had no response. They had no chance. Liverpool dominated. That's just what they do. They dominated. And then, of course, Alisson with the assist to Mohamed Salah. Alisson records his first assist, I believe, as a Liverpool player. So that means he has one more assist than Jesse Lingard all season. So congratulations to Alisson and Jesse Lingard. What are you doing? Anyway, but dominant 2-0. Liverpool wins. Yeah, cool, whatever. Let's not look so much at the result. Again, the result is just, yeah, it's important. Of course, it's very important. It determines whether you keep your job or you're fired or whether you get a better job or whatever. The result doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong. But let's just take a look and let's backtrack a little bit at how Liverpool has dominated so much for these last couple of years. Because the way or the ways in which they win is exactly the reason why Liverpool has been so dominant. You take a look at how they played against Manchester United. They were pressing, they were possessing, they passed the ball really well, they attacked. Robertson, Trent, they attacked brilliantly through the wings, and everyone was on sync. Everyone was playing really good. To be fair, Liverpool is on sync and they play pretty good pretty much every game. But against Manchester United, of course, you're going to highlight it a little bit more because it's against Manchester United. Not that they're very good, but they are Liverpool's biggest rival. That's really only one way that they can beat you. That's one way. Because they can win in a shootout. They can beat you 5-4. They can smack you completely and dominate you 4-0, as it should have been against Manchester United. They can drop back, defend the 1-0 lead like they did against Tottenham last week and in the Champions League final. They can beat you however they want. They're more physical than you. They're a little bit smarter than you. And it looks right now like they want it a little bit more than you do. Liverpool can beat you in any way, shape, or form. And that is exactly what makes Liverpool so great. It doesn't have to be a certain temperature. The sun doesn't have to be out. The grass doesn't have to be a certain length. It doesn't matter. They find a way to win. That is what makes Liverpool so great, and that is what makes them so unstoppable. And they also, ever since Jurgen Klopp arrived back in 2015, they adopted this one for all mentality. That's kind of what I call it. It's a one for all mentality because no one's really selfish in that team. You get a vibe sometimes that maybe Salah wants to finish everything off by himself, but he's corrected quickly. It's not like it becomes an issue. Sadio Mane had a bit of an issue with how Salah was doing things at the end of last season, and everything was corrected. So it looks like everyone has a common goal, and that is to win. They just want to win. This team just wants to win. That's another reason why they're great. They just want to win, and they find a way to win. Two things that can make you unstoppable. And then, of course, I mean, it doesn't really matter who they're facing. They'll impose their will, and that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. But you know what? I mentioned him right now. Jurgen Klopp, all the credit in the world for him, because had it been someone else, maybe we wouldn't have seen this dominance that Liverpool has shown. It could have been maybe a somewhat of an immediate effect, because with Jurgen Klopp, it really wasn't an immediate effect. You didn't see Liverpool in the top four for like 2 seasons until 2 seasons after Jurgen Klopp arrived. So it took him a while, but you know what? When something takes a while, when something takes time, it just means that it's probably going to be a little bit more sustainable. And by the looks of things, Liverpool's project and the players that they have, it looks like things can be sustainable. So that's good for Liverpool. They have a coach. They have good players. It looks like they have it all figured out. You know, I remember after that Champions League final against Real Madrid back in 2018, everyone was clamoring for Liverpool to get a goalkeeper. Karius was not it. Mignolet was not it. So they're like, all right, who should we get? Oh, Alisson. Let's get Alisson. They get Alisson, and look at them. They win a Champions League. They know where they were lacking talent, or they knew where they were lacking talent. They went and they addressed that issue. They addressed that need. And that's exactly what they're doing. Now they just have depth pretty much everywhere. If Mohamed Salah isn't healthy, well, Shaqiri comes on. If Roberto Firmino is fatigued, can't play a cup game, well, Divock Origi, however you pronounce his name, you guys know who I'm talking about. Divock Origi, he'll play. Sadio Mane is hurt. Well, someone else. Who's going to replace him? Japanese guy that used to play for Salzburg. I can't recall his name, Minamito, something like that. If I got it wrong, I apologize. But he can replace Mane for whatever reason. It's just Liverpool is a team, is a project that has been so good, and that is probably going to continue to be very good. You want to talk about turning around an entire club. Jurgen Klopp was the guy that was at the head of this turnaround for Liverpool. And it's kind of scary because you don't see their downfall anywhere anytime soon. This team just keeps on winning. So Liverpool, I mean, if you're a betting person, might as well just put your money on Liverpool winning the Premier League. Well, maybe not the Premier League because you're going to get some pretty bad odds. But maybe winning the Champions League. Put some money on that. Why not? To me, they're the favorites. I mean, you can definitely get something if Liverpool were to win the Champions League. But this team is scary. This team is dominant. They can beat you anyway. They can beat you anytime, anywhere, any place. They can beat whoever. This team is good. This team is really good. This is the next dynasty in world football. So it's fun. It's fun to watch a team so dominant and have so much fun, because at the end of the day, Liverpool not only wins, not only do they dominate, but they have a lot of fun. That's what matters.